All right, so basically, a little while ago, like a few days ago, I started noticing this smell in my car, right? And it's kind of like a burning smell. So I'm like, okay, like it's inside the car while I'm driving. I'm like, this is, what is this? The engine and stuff. So I'm expecting all the engine and everything. Looking all around, and engine looks fine, and fluids are fine, and every the smell isn't coming from there. So I'm like checking the tires, is it the brakes, where is the smell coming from? And it was so strange because it's like it only smelled like it was coming from inside the car, and I'm like, why do I smell this burning smell inside the car? It was the strangest thing. And so I also was starting to hear a rattling noise. I assumed it was something to do with the anti-lock brakes, because the anti-lock brakes at the same time had the warning light come on, which isn't too much of an issue. I talked to my mechanic, and you don't really need anti-lock brakes. I mean, they're good as a fail-safe, but he's like, in my opinion, anti-lock brakes are only for people that can't drive. So it's like, yeah, it's not something you got to fix right now. But in the instruction booklet, it said that basically, the system is going to check itself and you might hear noise. So I assume that's what it was. But I checked under the car, and it was actually the exhaust pipe right after the catalytic converter, the exhaust where that comes out the back of the car, that had rusted off in one area. And the smoke was leaking out, and not going all the way to the rear. So I'm like, okay, that's what this is. At the time, I thought it was still strange that I smelled so much of it inside the car, because this was underneath the car. It was about just a little up from the rear wheels. So I assumed maybe the gases were leaking up in the car that way. But it was still strange how strong the smell was inside the car. At one point, I was actually looking because the smell was the strongest near the trunk of my car. And so I was like looking all around, seeing like, is it a gas, is it my propane, is that leaking? But it wasn't. And so anyway, I talked to my mechanic. He's the man, and told me how to fix it. I bought the right stuff, and he was like, this is something you can do yourself. You buy this certain clamp and you can clamp it on there. And I did that, and I fixed it, and it's great, and the smell stopped. And I bought some other clamps for another part of the pipe that was another connection that had started to rust out. This wasn't the main source of the problem, but I was just trying to be proactive. And anyway, so today, a couple days later, I am just leaving the hot springs at Soul Duck. Hung out there for a good hour, met some cool people, or talked to a guy for a while from that was pretty neat, and just relaxing and stuff. It was nice after my great hike today at Storm King. Definitely recommend it if you ever get the chance. It was awesome. So I'm just getting in, leaving Soul Duck. Somebody stole a towel that I laid on the side of my car to dry, that I used to dry bow. I'm pretty sure they stole it, because I'm pretty sure I hung it up on the awning. Which is like, who steals a towel, on somebody's car at a hot springs? Like, what the heck? Maybe they didn't have a towel and had to take mine. Well, joke's on them, because it's covered with dog mud and dirt from Bo in the water. But anyway, so I'm getting back to my car, and I'm opening the door, and I notice there's like a kind of a brown thing on the side of my mattress. It looks kind of brown. I'm like, that's odd. And so take a look at this. Okay, so here's the brown. I started to investigate, and oh my gosh. Oh, the carbon monoxide has completely burned through this side of the mattress. Look at that. Can you believe that? And that's why the smell was so strong, because it literally, I noticed earlier that there was a bolt underneath the car that had come out. And so the carbon monoxide, right where the leak was, went up into that bolt and then came through, and then right under the mattress, and just melted through the car and got all in the car. This is just crazy. Fortunately, this spot is, kind of at the side. Bo's bed will go right here, and so he'll still be fine, but it's just ridiculous. Yet another great story, another day in the life. This is just one of many things that I've had to deal with, but it's not catastrophic and it's not journey ending. It's just now I've got a hole in my car that the carbon monoxide is burned through. So just another funny thing. I don't think it's indicative of anything deeper, but it's just funny.